I'm going to show you how to create a before and after comparison image of your photo edit. So here's my final. It's got my sharpen layer, it's got several adjustment layers, a burn and dodge, and it's got a hidden resource layer. In fact, I'm going to double click on this name and name it resources. And that way I know that's what it is. I can turn it on and there's the information for where I found it. This particular site had a title for the image, and then it was also on this page. I could actually copy that and go right to that website. That's the image ID number for this website and then the photographer's name. So I'm going to hide that for a second. Okay, so what we're going to do is make a duplicate of this whole file that it's okay to flatten, because we don't want to accidentally flatten this image with all of our layers and somehow lose it. So go to Image and choose Duplicate. This should be unchecked, and just call this one Temp. Okay, click OK. So here's this new file, and it's the exact same as this one. So we're going to make sure you're working on temp for this, okay? Go to the Layers panel and click on the drop down and choose Flatten Image. And if you get any messages like discard hidden layers, just say OK. Now you will select all, so select menu all, copy, file, nope, edit, copy. Now we're going to make a new document. So File, New, and this one is going to be the JPEG that you turn in. So you can name it whatever that file needs to be named. I think it's this. So double check it before you follow me blindly on this. And then what I want you to do is change this to inches and type in 20 by 20 and 72 dpi, and you can leave the color mode at RGB. So then click OK, and this will create a new document, and this is where we're going to copy our before and afters to. So our after is this file called temp, and we've already copied it, so it's on our pasteboard. We should be able to go to our new file and choose edit and paste, and it'll show up. And I'm just going to leave that there for now because I'm going to go get my original, which is right here, and do the same thing. Let's copy it, select all, edit, copy, and then come over to our new file and do paste, edit, paste. Now I need to size these down so they fit okay on this area. So I'm going to hold shift and click on layer 1 over here so I have both of them, and zoom back a couple times by hitting Command minus and then transforming these two. So edit, free transform. Hold down shift. If you hold down shift and option, it'll actually bring it in from all sides to where this looks like it might fit okay with both of them on here, and then hit enter. Grab your move tool, click on one of the layers. I want the after to be on the right side and the before to be on the left side. Now, depending on what your picture is, it might actually look better with a dark colored background. So I'm going to click on my background layer and just choose black and fill it in with my paint bucket tool. Okay, the next bit that we need to do is grab your type tool. I'm going to set my copy to white so that it'll show up on here, and I want it, let's see, left aligned, and I'm going to say before. I'm not talking you through every step of this because we did this assignment ago, so hopefully you'll remember how to do that. Now under the before, I want to have the information that was in this resources type. So I can select all of that by just double clicking on the T in that type layer. I'm going to copy edit copy, come back to this other file, and I'm just going to click once and then edit paste. Now when I hit enter, you'll notice my type is black, so I need to come up and change that to a color I can see, and then I'm going to move this over. This information does not need to be this huge, so I'm going to transform it, Command T, hold Shift, and make it quite a bit smaller, and then grab my text tool again and make it look like it's going to fit under here well. If you would like, you are welcome to put your name under the after. And the last thing I'd like you to do is arrange stuff so that it fills this space nicely. And if you need to actually crop something away, that's okay too. So I'm going to grab these and just move them and center them a little bit. Now you can move by clicking and dragging, but you can also move by holding down Shift and using your arrow keys. If you don't use Shift and use your arrow keys, it only moves it a pixel or two at a time, and then holding Shift I think moves it about 5 times as much. Now I have all of this empty stuff down at the bottom. I'm going to grab my crop tool, which we've learned how to use, and I'm going to make sure that the delete cropped pixels is checked, because I really truly want to get rid of that excess black, and then hit enter to finalize. So this is what I need from you as your before and after. If you feel like you want to, you can save it as a Photoshop file for your purposes and records. You don't have to turn in a Photoshop file of this to me. What I want from you is a JPEG. So I know I'm not going to come back and touch this. I want to flatten it. So I'm going to go to Layer, choose Flatten Image, and then File, Save, and make sure my format is JPEG, and name the file whatever the assignment says to name it, and say Save. Okay. So now I can close out of that one. Here I'm looking at my tabs. This is my original. I want to make sure that's saved with all of its layers, because that's going to get turned into, and close out of that one. Say yes. This is my original, so I can just close out of that one. This is the temp. So when I close out of temp, it's going to ask me, do I want to save it? I don't want to, so say don't save, and that will go away. So now if I go to my Finder, I should have 2 files. I should have my Photoshop file with everything, and I have my before and after. And that's what you're going to turn into me. Thank you very much.